Before Harlem whispered her name, Stephanie St. Clair stepped onto American soil with fire in her eyes and a past she never revealed. She didn't come to survive the underworld. She came to rule it by wit, by nerve, by force. Stephanie St. Clair arrived in New York with nothing but intelligence and unshakable resolve. Harlem was rising, humming, dangerous, and she felt its pulse instantly. She didn't seek safety. She sought control over a world built to deny her power. She studied Harlem's underworld like a scholar studies scripture. Rackets, hustles, cops, politicians, everyone had angles. Everyone had weaknesses. Stephanie didn't gamble for pennies. She calculated moves that would one day put the burrow in her clenched fist. Harlem's men laughed at the idea of a woman running anything. Stephanie let them laugh. She built alliances quietly, memorized debts, and made notes of every man who dismissed her. Their mistake would fund her empire. Soon she entered the numbers racket Harlem's street lottery, where fortunes changed daily. Stephanie didn't just participate. She optimized routes, cut corruption, paid winners fairly, and earned loyalty. The streets whispered, "Madame St. Clair runs the cleanest game in Harlem." Her payouts were clean, her organization tight. Stephanie demanded respect and Harlem gave it. She walked the streets like royalty, protected by loyalty earned, never bought. Even rival bosses whispered her name with caution. Her rise drew attention, not just from gangsters, but from police accustomed to bribes and control. They demanded payments. Stephanie refused. Harlem saw something rare, a black woman standing fearlessly against corrupt authority, refusing to kneel before anyone. Refusing to pay the police sparked retaliation. Her runners were harassed, her shops raided. Stephanie struck back legally and strategically, exposing abuses. It was her first Harlem war, and it earned her a reputation as untouchable. Then came Dutch Schultz. He was ruthless, backed by the Italian mob. He wanted Harlem's numbers empire, and he expected Stephanie to fold. Instead, she smiled politely and prepared for a war, unlike anything Harlem had seen. Harlem became a chessboard. Schultz tried buying loyalty. Stephanie doubled her payouts. Schultz used threats. Stephanie used intelligence. Neither cracked. The streets buzzed with tension, everyone waiting for the first real strike. Schultz moved fast, choking Harlem's numbers trade with brute force. Store owners were threatened, runners chased from corners. Stephanie watched the chaos unfold, recognizing his tactic instantly, overwhelmed the streets with fear. But fear had never ruled her world. Stephanie responded with precision, not violence. She reassured shopkeepers, rebuilt trust, reinstated routes. Harlem saw strategy and motion move so smooth. Schultz barely noticed them until they were already reshaping the streets beneath his feet. Stephanie went above Harlem's streets and took her fight to Albany. She wrote a blistering letter exposing police corruption, signed boldly, publicly. No gangster had ever challenged the state so directly. Schultz answered the letter with pure fury. His men smashed storefronts, intimidated elders, and spread rumors that Stephanie was finished. Harlem trembled, but Stephanie did not. She knew retaliation was proof he felt threatened. Journalists began showing up at her office, drawn by her bold defiance. Stephanie spoke with clarity, dignity, and evidence. The papers loved her. Harlem finally had a voice louder than corruption. Unable to beat her politically, Schultz returned to the streets. He flooded Harlem with cash, offering outrageous payouts to anyone who betrayed Stephanie. It was a desperate gamble, and desperation bred mistakes. Stephanie countered with fairness, not fear. She doubled honest payouts and cut skim entirely. Harlem rallied to her because she didn't buy loyalty. She earned it. Whispers spread through Harlem. A showdown was inevitable. Schultz grew more violent. Stephanie grew more strategic. The city felt the tension tightening like a wire, ready to snap. Rumors spiraled. Someone would strike first. Businesses closed early. Runners moved in pairs. Harlem braced itself, waiting for the spark that would turn tension into open conflict. The war began not with a shout, but with a single shot in the dark. No one claimed responsibility. Everyone knew who it targeted. Stephanie realized a real battle had only just begun. The bullet wasn't a warning shot, it was a declaration. Schultz wanted Stephanie rattled, shaken, off balance. Instead, it only deepened her focus. Harlem's queen understood now. The game had shifted into something far more dangerous. Schultz's men tightened their grip with cruel efficiency. Threats, bribes, intimidation. Harlem felt the squeeze. Stephanie refused to retreat. She countered with visibility, honesty, and presence. The streets became the battleground where loyalty would be defined. Schultz scattered his gunmen across Harlem's rooftops, turning the skyline into a battlefield. Their eyes scanned the streets for Stephanie's people. Harlem felt watched, hunted. But Stephanie knew the city better than they ever could. Stephanie's runners weren't soldiers, they were Harlem. They moved with quiet precision, passing coded messages through barbershops, bakeries, and corner stands. While Schultz tried to hunt shadows, Stephanie's network flowed right under his nose. Schultz grew more paranoid by the hour. Every shadow felt like a trap, every whisper a threat. His men whispered about Stephanie as though she were everywhere. Fear, he realized, was no longer his weapon, it was hers. Stephanie refused to wait for Schultz to strike again. She sent trusted lieutenants to dismantle his operations one corner at a time, quiet, precise, and devastatingly effective. Schultz wasn't losing to violence. He was losing to competence. Schultz lashed out blindly. He sent men to every corner, demanding results. But fear made them sloppy, reckless. Harlem sensed momentum shifting. Stephanie had turned the hunter into the hunted. Desperation makes men dangerous and stupid. Schultz made a move so reckless it exposed everything. Stephanie didn't need an army. She only needed Schultz to destroy himself. Word spread fast. Schultz had lost control. His men abandoned him, the public mocked him, and the police, once bought and paid for, now circled like vultures. Stephanie hadn't needed violence. She'd needed patience. Stephanie didn't celebrate. Victory was never her goal. Harlem was. She stood where the war began, overlooking her streets. She hadn't crushed Schultz through fear. She'd defeated him with something stronger, loyalty. Schultz's recklessness became more than a nuisance. It became a liability. The Mafia commission decided he had to go. Quietly, efficiently. Stephanie sensed the shift. Power didn't roar. It whispered, and the whisper now moved against Schultz. The hit squad moved with professional coldness. Unlike Schultz, they made no noise, no chaos. Their silence was lethal. Harlem held its breath as fate crept closer. It happened fast. Workmen stepped inside the palace chop house and opened fire. Schultz fell, bleeding, stunned. The empire he built on fear collapsed in seconds. Schultz survived the bullets, but not the damage. As doctors worked, he rambled deliriously. His empire died long before he did. Stephanie had seen enough wars. Harlem needed stability, not chaos. She handed leadership of her operations to the one man she trusted, Ellsworth "Bumpy" Johnson. Under Bumpy, Harlem found equilibrium. He ruled with intelligence, force when necessary, but always with the people in mind. Stephanie watched from afar as the world she helped build evolved. Stephanie left crime behind, but not the struggle. She turned her fire toward injustice, corrupt cops, racist policies, predatory landlords. Her pen became sharper than any blade. In her later years, Stephanie became a voice for the unheard. Harlem looked to her not as a queen, but as a guardian, unyielding, brilliant, compassionate. Harlem transformed: new music, new faces, new energy. Stephanie watched it all with pride. She had shaped this world, and it continued without her. Stephanie St. Clair died in 1969, but Harlem still speaks her name. She fought gangsters, police, and injustice and won. Not through violence, but through vision. Harlem remembers its queen.
Like and subscribe for more true crime.